Reduced girth of the thigh after ACL reconstruction or weakness in your thigh muscle after ACL reconstruction is a very common problem that many patients present to us with. This leads to a slower recovery, difficult rehabilitation, and may cause pain during the rehabilitation period. Now this is a detailed video which will focus on all the aspects of thigh muscle weakness and reduction in the thigh circumference before and after ACL surgery. So I recommend all of you to see this video to the end. I have divided this video into 3 parts and all the 3 parts are equally important. The first part will include the period from the injury to the surgery. The second part will include the surgery itself and precautions and conditions in the surgery which affect the thigh strength. And the third part will be the portion which is after the surgery, that is the post-operative phase. And all these 3 phases will include the reasoning why the thigh weakness occur, how it occurs, what we can do to improve it, and what is the actual treatment to solve this problem, along with the preventive aspect. How can we prevent developing the thigh weakness? So let's start with the first thing, post-injury. So whenever you sustain any injury to your knee, what happens is you develop a lot of swelling inside the knee because of the effusion, blood collection in the knee. And it is said that about 60 milliliter of effusion will lead to significant decrease in the quadriceps firing. So what happens is you get a swelling inside the knee, the pain increases and your movement decreases. All these factors combine to have a quadriceps inhibitory effect. So what happens is your quadriceps becomes weak, the firing becomes weak, there is an inhibition of quadriceps, and which is called as a quadriceps inhibition failure or quadriceps activation failure. So the quadriceps fail to fire and this leads to a slow weakness of the thigh muscle. Now I will come to the thigh per se. If you talk about the thigh, it is composed of 3 muscle groups. The upper one is the quadriceps, which is made of 4 muscles, and this is the most important and it forms the most of the bulk of your thigh and the most important, and this is the muscle which is implicated for most of the thigh weakness. The second group is hamstring, which is below the thigh, and this muscle group is again 4 muscles, and this causes bending of the knee. As compared to quadriceps, which is causing straightening of the knee, the hamstring group of muscles causes bending of the knee. They bend the knee inside. Apart from that, you have another group which is a smaller group which is called as the adductor muscle groups, which is on the inside, which causes the thigh to bring the thigh towards your center of the body. So these 3 muscle groups, any of these muscles if become weak, you can develop a thigh weakness, but the most important of the muscle responsible is the quadriceps muscle group. So whenever you have an injury, the quadriceps atrophy starts, and this will be more in those patients who are immobilized for long, who have more swelling, who have more pain which is not adequately controlled, and who do not start physiotherapy and quadriceps activation exercises early. So we don't recommend nowadays long periods of immobilization. We don't recommend long period of bracing. We don't recommend you to be on rest or on bed. So you need to be active. You need to keep doing your knee exercises, specifically the quadriceps. Pressing the knee down is the key exercise that you need to do just after your injury. You should not take rest. You need to do more and more of physiotherapy. Also, a plaster or a brace is not recommended for a long time. You can have it for pain for initial period, maybe 7 days, 10 days maximum, 2 weeks, but not more than that, because if you use it for a long time, it will cause more weakness, more atrophy in the quadriceps and hamstring group of muscles, and more weakness. So that will have a negative effect on your quadriceps. So as I told you, the quadriceps weakness is triggered by injury itself. So we need to focus at the time of injury, even before the surgery. So we need to do a good preoperative physiotherapy, preoperative exercises, preoperative training, reduce the amount of rest or immobilization that we are doing before the surgery. Start with preoperative physiotherapy with a good physiotherapist. Take a good diet at this time also. Don't immobilize for long time. Start your activity, take less rest, less plaster, less bracing. So this is before you get the surgery done. So the treatment of thigh weakness starts before you get the surgery done. This is very, very important. Now coming to the second part of our talk, that is the intraoperative or surgical prevention. Now this is by and large the domain of surgeon, but I will just give you a few references. What are the things technically we can do to prevent quadriceps atrophy? If we talk about ACL surgery, the most commonly done procedure is an ACL reconstruction, in which we reconstruct the ACL with grafts. But you must be aware of a procedure which is called as an ACL repair, in which we can actually repair the torn ACL ligament back to the thigh bone. And this, if done along with internal bracing, can have a lot of protective effect on the thigh girth, and it will lead to a very less thigh wasting. So ACL repair with internal bracing is a very good option to reduce the thigh wasting, but this procedure can be done only in selected few patients. So that is number one, technical things, technical aspects by which we can reduce the thigh wasting. The second part is the choice of graft. The weakness of the thigh is maximum in those patients in which we are using quadriceps kind of a graft. So if we are using a quadriceps tendon or BTB tendon, they are taken from the quadriceps mechanism. So quadriceps inhibition will be more, and you will have more quadriceps wasting in both of these grafts. Secondly, if you are using hamstring, then also you can have weakness. But the trick here is, if you are using a hamstring tendon, you don't take two tendons. You can take only single tendon. You don't take a gracilis with a SAMI-T. You take only a SAMI-T single graft and do your ACL surgery with that, and that will actually reduce the chances of thigh wasting or weakness in your thigh. The other very good option is a peroneus longus graft, which is taken from the foot, and this will cause least amount of wasting in the thigh because you don't touch the thigh. But it is not recommended, I repeat, it is not recommended for a routine primary ACL reconstruction, because we don't want your foot to become weak in a case of knee injury. So because the injury is in the knee, we don't want to take a graft from the ankle in routine primary cases. We don't want to, because it can lead to a little bit of eversion weakness. So you may have weakness in your foot after your peroneus longus graft harvest. So we don't recommend on a routine basis. But this, if taken, will have a less chances of thigh weakness after the procedure. So these are intraoperative things that can be taken care of to prevent a thigh weakness. Third thing is post-operative, that is after the surgery. Now after the surgery, there are many things which are important. The most important thing is a faster, quicker and guided rehabilitation. The most important thing that I tell to all of my patients is time. The most common mistake that I have seen is that patients are not giving adequate time to the physiotherapy. Supposedly, if they are going to a physiotherapy center, or if they are calling a physiotherapist, they will just do a physiotherapy for a period of half an hour with the physiotherapist, and then they will forget and they will rest at home. Now this is a wrong practice. You need to do physiotherapy for long duration. So even if your physiotherapist is not there, you are at home, you need to do physiotherapy on your own. That is self physiotherapy. I give you a very common equations, like in exams, if you want to succeed in exam, besides tuition and besides school, you need to do self-study. So same here, if you want to succeed in your ACL rehabilitation, besides doing physiotherapist, you need to do physiotherapy on your own. That is, I call it as a self physiotherapy, and at least devote 1 to 2 or 3 hours daily to a good physiotherapy regime that includes all the exercises and all the parameters. So keep doing exercises, devote more and more time to physiotherapy. That is very important. Technique of physiotherapy is also very important. In ACL rehabilitations, we recommend closed chain exercises. We don't recommend open chain exercises. So that is very important, and we have made a separate video on what is a closed chain exercise and what is an open chain exercise. You can go through that video as well. Also, you need to do both exercises, the faster exercises and the holding exercises. So if you want to do a knee pressing exercises, do both. So do twitching exercise as well. So fast pressing and releasing, fast pressing and releasing, and then holding also. You press the knee down, hold it for 10-15 seconds and then leave it. So both the exercises are equally important. The most important thing apart from exercises is diet. You need to have a good diet which is rich in protein, which will help you to generate more muscle mass. So you need to take a protein rich diet which includes milk products. You can take paneer, you can take cheese, and you can take all sorts of milk products. Apart from that, you can take dry fruits, nuts, ground nuts, nuts in all the forms. You can take eggs, non-veg if you are taking that, and you need to take a high protein diet to actually improve your muscle mass. If you are not able to take a good diet, then you can add on with commercially available supplements also. You can take whey protein, you can take soya protein, you can take creatine supplements. There is a BCAA supplement, that is a branch chain amino acid supplement which is available. That is also a very good supplement to increase your muscle mass. So all these things you need to take care to increase the muscle mass, which will help you to fight and improve your thigh girth. If I talk about exercise, for your quadriceps muscles, you need to do, once you are recovering well, you need to do half squats, you need to do lunges, and you need to do step up exercises for your quadriceps group. And for the hamstring group, you need to do a straight leg deadlift and lying prone leg curls. So these two exercises will make your hamstring stronger once you have a good recovery. So these are I actually recommend after a month or so, but these exercises are good exercises if you want to improve your muscle mass. The other very important thing is avoid alcohol. This is very important. You should not take alcohol, that will cause weakness and thigh muscle atrophy. You should be taking vitamin D3 and vitamin B12 supplements. That is very important, and we have dedicated videos on both. So I'll recommend you to see videos pertaining to vitamin D and vitamin B12 intake in detail, so that these two supplements will also make your recovery faster and delay the atrophy part of the quadriceps. So friends, I hope that I have covered about quadriceps weakness, quadriceps atrophy and quadriceps wasting in this video in detail. If you have any more questions, you can write us on the comment box, and you can also subscribe to our channel Advanced Hospitals. You can reach us on the numbers given below for an online consultation. Thanks a lot.